Hi, Jim. I'm already gonna start crying. I'm answering the prompt. What is one thing you've learned, or your favorite memory rather, of Jim Burklo? And I have many. I'll try to keep it short, but basically every single time I've heard you say, "And how is your spirit?" which I have now co-opted when I haven't seen a friend in a long time. And every single time that you heard me say something, posit some kind of an idea, and that you went, and I remember exactly how your mustache would curl and your eyebrows would furrow, and how safe and how warm and how embraced I felt. And so those are, I know that's vague, and it encompasses several different moments, but they would have to be my favorites with you. And honorable mention goes to the time where I was having a hard time in Diane Winston's graduate class for journalism. And you sat with me and we talked a bit about the class, and you said that even though she was a little prickly, I should give her a chance. Prickly, I'll never forget that word. And you just helped so much. Every time that, it was after school, you clocked in many extra hours, not only for me, but I'm sure for many other people. And we love you so much, Jim, and I wish you a very, very happy and fulfilling Entirement. Thank you for everything. Love you. Bye.
It's too hard to pick only one memory for Jim Burklo, but I decided to go with one of my earliest memories. When I was first meeting him, I was a freshman in college, and with the Interfaith Council, we were doing a video on what God is to you. And so we went around and we asked a bunch of different people. We finally got to Jim. We said, "Jim, what is God?" And he did not say a word. His eyes just got wide. And I did not know him very well at this point, but this man just started to dance. And he moved his arms and he's swaying back and forth soundlessly. And I thought to myself, wow, this is a cool place. And this is a really cool person. This is the kind of person that I want to get to know, that I want to grow close to, that I want to learn from. And this is a dance that I want to join.
Hi, USC Interfaith Council family. My name is Jim. I was part of the inaugural Jim and Varun Interfaith Council, which tells you a little bit about how old I am. I wanted to share a memory and a lesson for your Entirement, Jim. Congratulations. You will never fully leave USC, but perhaps you can spend more time hiking now. My memory is about you always having inspirational figures and lessons for us, which is something the best chaplains do. You taught me about a man named Reverend Alan Hunter, who took the keys from Japanese Americans and people of Japanese descent during the mass incarceration of World War II. He cared for their homes and constantly tried to end the incarceration, despite being of a different ethnicity. And I carry that with me in my work every day as I write about interreligious labor movements in the Central Valley. My lesson is, as a part-time college chaplain, you taught me how to be a good chaplain. You taught me that it is not about telling people what to do or having answers, but being curious and keeping the world in wonder and awe as you walk with students and people and care deeply and listen deeply to them. So congratulations again. Fight on. The Interfaith Council is the best club on campus.
Hi Jim, it's Jacqueline. I'm about to head to work, but I wanted to make this video for you. Thank you so much for being such a kind mentor, advisor throughout my years at USC a few years ago. My favorite memory, other than when I came into your office in my freshman year asking, what possible activities could I get involved in if I'm interested in interfaith work? And you said, well, there's a lot. My favorite memory was our bonfires in Interfaith Council, when we took the prayers from Little Chapel and you helped create the bonfire and we respectfully read them and burned them into the night sky. that was really peaceful time. One of my best lessons from you, I think, is to always be eager to learn and just be supportive of other people every single day that you can do it, because I know you were doing that for me. So thanks, Jim.
Okay, so we have been sitting here discussing, trying to pick our favorite memories, which is basically impossible, but I think we have a couple good ones to share.
If I had to pick, I would say all of our wonderful conversations at Good Karma, where you were willing to discuss with us, college students grappling with all of life's biggest questions, and approach all of our interests with curiosity and compassion. Even today, there are nuggets of gym wisdom that pop into my brain years later, and I'm reminded of the wonderful time we spent together.
Yeah, and for me, I was really thinking about when I first came to USC and I tried to find some secular group. You know, I was coming from East Texas and I wanted to connect with people who thought like me, and I couldn't find them, but I saw a poster for Interfaith. And I went to the first meeting and was so surprised because I thought, I don't know, that like you couldn't really talk about deep spiritual questions with a bunch of people with different spiritualities because it would be too tense. And I was surprised because at Interfaith we talked about all the big questions and in a compassionate way and in a way that was really fruitful. So, you know, of course you introduced me to Bart, which then, you know, turned into the wonderful journey I had with SSF. But I still kept coming around to Interfaith because it was uniquely valuable, and there are a lot of times where you expanded my perspective, so I'll just put mine under that whole umbrella.
Hello, Jim. I can't believe I'm making this video. I can't believe that you're Entiring. It's hard to imagine a USC Office of Religious and Spiritual Life without you. But I don't even know. I could go on for hours, as you know that I am prone to do, so I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a favorite memory with you. That's one of the prompts that we're working on, you know. And it's really hard to even pick 10, just because for all of my 4 years at USC, I feel like I was constantly in your office or around your office, you know, whether we were doing stuff with Sojourn or if I was just like getting really good advice from you because I had no idea what was going on or what I was doing. I think there's like two main things that I want to point to, and I think one was when I was in your office and we were having a very long conversation, and you were talking about how like in the 90s you were helping congregations get to accepting queer people. And I think that was just a really big moment for me because that was, not to make you sound old, but that was before I was even born. You know, you were doing the work that people are still fighting so hard for today. And that just means the absolute world. And I guess it gave me a lot of hope for what I have to look forward to in like a life of activism and whatever you want to call it. But then I also think too, when you invited us to your home and you had, you know, all the food and the coffee and all that great stuff, and we sat outside and there were the students from Thomas Aquinas College that we talked to, and there were some other times we made a trip to the beautiful home in Ojai. And I don't know, like, of course your lovely wife is lovely, and I had so much fun getting to meet her and getting to talk to her. But I think really just like there was just so much like peace there, you know, like at your house it was just, I could see sort of a goal for myself that I'm going to be working toward for a while, you know, just like the way that you have your home and your family and how happy you are with, you know, the work that you've been doing and all of that. Sometimes it's been very difficult to see what I'm trying to work toward. And I think you gave me a really good image of that. So anyway, I'm sure I'll be texting and calling and keeping up to date and everything in the months and years to come. But yeah, I just wanted to make this little video for you. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy Entirement. Much love.
Hi, my name is Eddie Mack, and I spent years working with Jim Burklo as part of the Interfaith Council at USC, and I just want to say first and foremost, congratulations, Jim. You've earned your Entirement. even though we all know that means you're still going to be working just for free. So the university will enjoy that. Congratulations to them as well. But at the same time, really, like, thank you so much for everything you did, not just for me, but for my brother as well, who was also in Interfaith Council before me, for all of my friends and students that you worked with in Interfaith Council and just on campus each and every day. You provided so much spiritual care and comfort and material care and comfort just generally as a friend. Everyone knew that they could come talk to you about anything, free of judgment, free of charge, except for maybe a hug, who knows. But really, no, all jokes aside, like, you were such a safe space on campus, and you still are, because you'll still be there. Everyone knows that. But really, I just don't have enough good things to say about you as a person, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a theologian, as a writer, etc., etc. Like, you're just so eternal, almost, in the way that you approach things, in that you taught me that good works aren't even just temporary, and they're not even just material, but the way that we approach the world each and every day, the energy we put into it, and the way that we treat each other isn't a fleeting thing. That's a thing that sticks around in one form or another for all of eternity. We are all part of this greater grand universe, and really, like, you taught me to be more introspective about these things, and interdisciplinary even, when I was at a time in my life where my faith was something more material and more tangible, where yes, it's important for your faith to inform how you act each day physically, or how you vote, or this or that, but even just introspectively as well. You really opened up my eyes to a new form of spirituality, especially on Contemplatio, your prayer meditation retreat. My life hasn't been the same since then. You've really just allowed me to use my faith not only to inform the material acts that I do, but also just to check in with myself, to make sure everything's okay, to make sure that things that I'm doing are good, etc., etc. And yeah, all of that, it all just comes back to you. It really does. You are a formative person in my life, and in the lives of so many others. I know that, especially in terms of me, Ray, Nick, Shraddha, Brianna, etc., we all have so much love for you, and we always will. And we're excited to see what you do in your Entirement, because we know that you will be doing things in your Entirement. There will never be a day where Jim Burklo is not doing something amazing, and we're all really excited to see what that ends up being. But really, congratulations to you, congratulations to Roberta, and enjoy yourself, man. We love you, and fight on.
All right. Hey Jim, congratulations on your Entirement. I've been putting off making this video because I can't really seem to boil down all of the lessons you taught me into a short video, but here goes. I've picked 3. The first one is to stop and smell the flowers. So I think I first saw you do this during our spring break trip to Arizona, and I hope you saw those little birds. I purposely filmed this outside because the outside reminds me of you. But yeah, stopping to smell the flowers. I now do that on my walks, as does Daniel. And it is such a simple but beautiful thing that you do, and that I admire about you, and that I think is one of the greatest life lessons that I have learned from you. To slow down and enjoy the present moment. Life lesson number 2 that I've learned from you is to ask for forgiveness, not for permission. So when we were setting up Tent City on campus as part of Homelessness Awareness Week, you know, the first time we did it, we just put those tents up, didn't matter who said what, and it worked out fine. The second time we did it, we submitted the permit, submitted the images, and then we weren't allowed to do it. So, lesson learned. We should ask for forgiveness, not for permission, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, to things that you care about, things that you want to change in the world. And then lesson number 3, Jim, you taught me what unconditional love can be like. Every time I stepped into your office and you asked, "How's your soul?" you always welcomed the answer with such, I can't even describe what it is that you do, Jim, but somehow you create the space for another soul to just be authentically what it is in that moment, feel what it needs to in that moment, and you make that be okay. So I remember that song that you taught me, Mira, get the Mira. I think you do that so well, Jim, and I think that is one of the most beautiful gifts that you have given to students, especially to me, over the years. Aside from being able to define God however I want to define God, because that really did change my life. So thank you, Jim, for being the best soul guide, soul joiner, mentor that any student at USC could ask for. Sad that you won't be there anymore for other students, but really, really, really excited for what's next, for you to enjoy this next phase of your life in Ojai, just doing other things that are important and matter to you. So many congratulations, Jim, on your Entirement, and thank you sincerely for being a beacon of light and guidance and support to so many of us at USC. Without you, I really don't think I would have graduated, so thank you.
Hey Jim, thank you for asking me on the first day we met what God I didn't believe in. Thank you for teaching me how to listen, and thank you for introducing me to Simone Weil. And thank you for the countless conversations we had in Interfaith Council and in your office and beyond. And thank you for blessing my marriage. Happy Entirement. Can't wait to see what you do next, and I look forward to coming to hang out with you in Ojai.